There's no place that where you strayed or like said extra words to like take away from the actual meaning of your presentation. And then did the delivery enhance the overall presentation? I feel like it really did, because it was like this wasn't. I would say it wasn't like an animated speech like Tyler's. I was like bull riding. This was like a more technical speech. I was like, because it's in the technical manual and like with the website. So you're not gonna be jumping around and like super animated and stuff. You're supposed to be like serious. Like, this is what I did. This is how I did it. That's how you got it. So I think that was a great speech, and I think it was a great speech, and I'm happy to hear more from the technical manual. Thank you.
Thank you, Nasib. I would now like to call Enrique, who would be graduating Jessica Parks.
Jessica Parks, where did I start? It was terrible. No, like as always, Jessica Parks, her speeches, they're lovely, right? And this one was a pretty quick one, 3 to 4. And just to reiterate, the main purpose of the project is to present an award with dignity, grace, and sincerity. Yeah? And so yeah, the main purpose, so what you should have done, right, the objectives of the speech was to present the award, say why it's important, the purpose behind it, and also explain why the person deserves it, right? And I thought she did a good job of that. Like, she gave a personalized introduction right before she gave the speech to the person. So I thought that was really cool. You shared like a personal story with Jazz specifically. Oh, well, she left. With Jazz, you shared a personal story that you said like before in one of your first one of the first speeches of the semester, like you received feedback saying that this person wishes that they could be as great as you, like they wish that they could beat you in one of the meetings, right? And then you shared that story, and that really made it special, because it gave that special recognition even more personal power, right? It gave it an emotion, an emotional aspect to it. It's not just like here you go, this is great, good job. But no, you actually gave it some good. You actually humanized the award, and I thought that was really cool. And so yeah, you did a good job of explaining the purpose behind the award. You're saying, so all of our brave icebreakers, all of our brave speakers, they gave the icebreakers this semester, and we just want to commemorate that, right? So I thought that was really cool. That's pretty much, for the most part, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, like, in terms of the sincerity, I definitely did feel the fact that you were honest about it. It didn't seem like you were just BSing your way through these recognitions. We were just like, oh yeah, here you go. You did a really good job here. Next person, you know what I mean? But no, I really did feel the sincerity, the honesty behind it. And yeah, I thought it was really good. Pretty 3 to 4 minute speech, and I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Enrique. I would now like to ask the timer if all the evaluators were on time.
Yes.
And Serena?
Yes. For the off-marker? Okay, everyone did a really eloquent job. Jessica, I heard nothing from you. Tyler Chan, I heard nothing from you. Tyler Burnett, you had one that was it.
Is that necessary?
Christopher Lee, there was one and one that was it. Let's see, as for the table topics, I heard maybe like a couple here and there, but there wasn't a big deal about it or anything like that. For the evaluators, you did a fantastic job, I didn't hear any. Nasir, I would work on not setting so many likes for your speech, and you had 2 ums. Enrique, you had 3 likes and 2 ums.
Grammarian, can you please give us your feedback?
Sure. so Tyler, you did a very good job. The only few, the only few caveats that I have for you is that you started off with "and" occasionally. You said very, very important. That was another thing. And you said second instead of secondly. And you also said "okay" and "so now." So just work on just getting your transitional phrasing more tight. That's all. But other than that, it was good. And Tyler Chan. So, actually I'm just about to get on you for so. You say "so" a lot. And it's one of your favorite transitional words. And also when there's a phrase when you said talking to members, and you just repeated it twice instead of saying talking to members and then saving your other subject. Rather than talking to members, talking to so-and-so. Also, you said also. But you said it, you would say "and also." So when you started off the sentence, you say and also, instead of just also, or as well. Also, there was one phrase. There was a phrase where you said giving some well receptions, and it would have been better if you would have worded it as giving us great feedback. And one more is you said to tell you guys process, and it would have been better if you would have added in about and then changed it to update you all on the process, and that would have just been your ending sentence. But other than that, it was good. So, table topics, I just have a few. Sod. You say and a lot. That's your favorite thing to say. You said it a few times. I didn't count, because I didn't count. But just work on and Jazz. Work on and so yeah. Ryan. Work on saying, you said and so you repeat yourself and say and just work on that. Also, one more, Jessica, you were perfect, and then you said really, really, and then you know.
When
you said it
does
when
or Toastmaster does?
Toastmasters does. Okay. You said really, really. Oh yeah, speech Jessica did a fantastic job. There was no errors. Topics, table, and a long day. Toastmasters Jessica said really, really once, but other than that, it was spotless. Zach, you were perfect. And then you used some slang, which we get, but I just gotta remind you, you said, "I'm like dude." So that, and then you said whatever. So that was your only thing, other than that, perfect. Nasir, you said, there was a couple phrases, for example, you said reach the information easier, and it would have been better if you had said more easily. And then, wow, I keep on doing this. And then you used and then a lot. So just work on and then and stuff. Just those transitional phrases. Enrique, you said you like to use and, so yeah, and yeah, like, and so that's just something you should work on. But other than that, it was good, and those are my report. That's my report.
Okay, so now I'll give my evaluation for all the 3 evaluators. So Zach evaluated Tyler Burnett. Tyler, I think you did a great job with the speech, but it's a great thing to still pick out certain thing out of a good speech and give you positive feedback that you can work upon. Zach, I think you are one of the best evaluators I have seen here, and I learned a lot from your evaluation today because I think it's a great skill that you can give someone a feedback to improve upon and still sound funny. Like you can give it on a light note, but the person gets the message. So great job on that. I like that how you use hand gestures, your body movements to describe the speech that Tyler gave. And overall, this is, like I said earlier, you are one of my best evaluators here, and I think this is one of the best, if I would put in the category of a speech, this is one of the best speeches that you have given here in Toastmasters. Thank you. Now I would evaluate our next evaluator, Nasir Weiss, who evaluated Tyler Chen. One thing I liked about your evaluation was you made an eye contact with Tyler Chen as well as with the audience, which is a great thing to do. Some people tend to just focus on the person they are evaluating. So great thing on that. You stayed to the point. You knew on what criteria you have to evaluate Tyler, and you brought it up very nicely. You gave certain examples of what you liked about his speech, where he went wrong, where he went right. So great job on that. One thing I would like you to improve upon is when you speak, you can avoid saying the words like and etc. That's it. I think, yeah, that's the only feedback that I have to give you today. And thank you so much for evaluating Tyler Chen. I would now like to evaluate Enrique, who evaluated Jessica Parks. Jessica, you are one of the best speakers here, and like I said, I have my favorites here, and you are one of my favorites. And Enrique.
I'm not.
I think you did a great job with evaluating Jessica, because it becomes difficult when you are evaluating good speakers. It becomes really difficult to bring out certain points where they can improve upon. But you did a great job. You had great examples. I think you are very funny. Lara mentioned it in one of our evaluations that you have very good, you use black humor. And I think you are great with it. And keep it up. Something that you can avoid during your speech or evaluation is, so you tend to do, when you think, you tend to say, so you can avoid doing that while you are thinking. And you also tend to say, yeah, I mean, I like, so I would suggest you to complete a statement. If you start with something, you can complete it rather than leaving it as it is. And that's it. Thank you once again, Enrique. I would also like to thank our timer, Harrison, our counter, Serena, and Lala for your great evaluation. I think Lala did a great job with evaluating every speaker and every person who spoke over here, be it the table topic masters or the people who gave their table topic speeches. I think you were very keen with everything that you mentioned. It showed me your sincerity towards the group, that you noticed every small bit of details. Christopher, you were the table topic masters for the first time. Great job, man. And I also like that after every speech, you gave your evaluation for each of the table topic masters. It is very important to bring that up because it gives them confidence to speak again next time. I think I'm pretty much done. And before I finish it, I would also like to mention that Jessica, you did a great job as a Toastmasters today, because I understand that you took up this position at very last minute, so it was very responsible on your part to not only play as a speaker as well as as a Toastmasters for the meeting today. So thank you for that. And I would now like to call our Toastmaster Jessica on stage. Okay, I'm sorry. Can you please put your vote for the best evaluators of the day today? I told you I'm nervous. Were all the evaluators on time?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I would now like to call Jessica on stage. Thank you.
Being the corny person that I am, I must end with a quote and other puns that you guys may or may not find funny.
I can say that I'm definitely very proud of where we came from between August and today. We survived a natural disaster, Irma. We survived an eclipse, and no one has been blinded by that. So that's great. We survived lots of speeches, lots of food, and just a plethora of last-minute changes and different things like that. So I think we've done a fantabulous, that's not a word, grammarian, job this semester. And I look forward to next semesters. I'm going to leave you guys with a quote from Barack Obama. If you're walking down the right path and you're willing to keep walking, eventually you'll make progress. I would say that we are definitely down the right path and we are definitely making progress. Thank you guys for a wonderful semester. I'd like to call up Tyler Chan to finish the last minute things. Woo!
So, before we end the last meeting of the year, I have a few announcements. First, our YouTube channel, UJ Toastmasters. We now have 19 subscribers. So and also, this time it didn't crash mid-speech, so I think I figured out that I had voice activation on, and sometimes people would say off, and then it just turned off. But we don't know yet. This is only one time, so we'll see. We'll see. And then, also, Jiten will have video up for this meeting up really soon. He seems to have it up within 2 days at most, so that's really fast. So if you want to see it, it'll probably be up either by tomorrow or Wednesday. And then I'd like to also mention officer committees. So today, Serena was acting as SAA because Ikra was calling sick. So Serena stepped up real quickly, picked up the stuff from Ikra, and now she's acting as SAA for today, which is why it's a little different intro today, but she still came in and saved the day. So thank you, Serena. And if you're also interested in helping out any other officers, after seeing what they've done for a semester now, and you're interested in doing what they do, you can let them know and then probably start by the beginning of next year, and then you're good to go for next semester. Okay. So, and then if you haven't paid your dues yet, you can talk to Bonade. Bonade will walk you through the entire process. So and also for the supplementary meetings on Wednesdays. So after doing the Google Forms survey for the entire semester, we got around 17 responses, and most will say Wednesday at 7 to 8 p.m. is the best time, even though that's roughly when it was originally. So we'll probably keep it on Wednesday 7 to 8 p.m. because that's just what the majority say, and also majority of people who do go to those meetings every Wednesday still say that's the best time. And we also had some feedback from people who couldn't go and saying it's just bad timing throughout the entire year. I was like, okay. Okay. So, yes. And then this is also the last meeting of the year, so there will be no Wednesday meeting. This is the final one. So good luck to everyone on finals and projects that are due soon. Yes. And then Tyler Burnett also made a CL tracking sheet that will be on his computer. Okay, hold up real quick. What was it? Yeah, put up hold on. Oh yeah, it's on. One second. Oh, you guys on the other? I think so.
Go to V2.
Yeah, V2. All right. Yes, sir. Would you like to talk about it real quick? Yeah.
Okay, guys. So, Conference Leader Award. If you look in the back of that little brown manual that you probably never looked in before, because I know I didn't the first time I started, you will see the Conference Leader Award completion track. And I took the time to actually condense it and simplify it to where you can just look at that and see what you need to do. I will actually, if I don't get it done before the end of finals, I will have everybody's leadership track already filled out and get you head started towards the Competent Leader Award. So basically, you look at that and you can see what you need to do. So basically, this is the shortest track. It takes about 22 weeks. 22 weeks.
You do
Which,
like 1 a week.
yeah, if you do 1 a week. So I have that for you guys. And also, don't forget, you can ask me about any role. If you need me to create a document for you to help out with that role, like if you want to be Toastmaster and you're not quite sure, I can train you and I will make it so you have no worries. So if you ever need help, you can come to me, or really any of the officers. But I'd appreciate you coming to me first because it's kind of my job. All right, thanks guys.
Thank you. Hopefully this sheet will help you guys do roles for whenever we assign roles at the end of the meeting. So if you guys are ever wondering, should I do grammarian? Oh, yeah, I need to do grammarian 2 more times. Or do I need to do evaluator? You do 3 more times. So that will help you decide which roles to do during role sign up. And we will not do role sign up this meeting because we still need to assign the room for next semester on December 11th. So I will let you guys know if we get this room again. We probably should since we already have this room, but yeah, I'll let you guys know. Oh, yes.
There's one role on here for the competent leader, and I believe it's a leadership role, but what you can do, if someone wants to fulfill that role, they can be the acting president of the meeting and fill in for the president. So you'll talk to the president, and then you'll find out what announcements and everything that he has to say or she has to say, and then that you can count that as your competent leader, one of your competent leaders.
Is that like a chair or something? Because
Yeah.
there are some things
Yeah,
that are
for the
left
chair.
out because
Yeah, for the
we're
chair.
not sure quite what to do.
That's for the chair.
That'd be nice. All right. So this will be released next year, right?
Yeah, it's a rough draft right now. There's some other things on there that are a little convoluted to someone because some other things on the leadership track I actually had to look up on the Toastmasters website to see exactly what it was talking about. So Tyler and I and maybe some of the other officers are going to get together and make sure that that's condensed down for you so you're not thinking, well, what the heck is this thing, so you can go ahead and get that leadership award. And like I've said before a million times, my mom and dad are in high managerial positions, and they hire people that have, just come fresh out of college, and it is extremely, extremely important to set yourself apart. And awards like this, coupled with, leadership roles, really, really, really help you with that first job.
Awesome. Thank you, Tyler. All right, then now we'll move on to awards. So I'll call Serena to do the awards real quick.
Great, so for our best speaker of the day, drum roll please. This person was able to answer a question that he couldn't really answer. Festus. And for our best evaluator, we have Zach. Congratulations to all the winners and for everyone for participating.
Thank you, Serena.
One more thing before I forget. So Tyler and I were looking at the stat sheet, and it is a little off. So starting, you're probably going to forget this by next semester. But just so you know, and I'll reiterate this at the beginning of next semester, the stat sheet is a little off for things like grammarian and timer, and we are going to be passing it around at the first meetings before we start really getting on these leadership tracks to make sure the stats are correct. So I'll be passing it around, and then if you see, wait a minute, I'm on speech 5 and it says speech 4, then you'll be able to correct that. So we're sorry that it got out of hand, but it is what it is. So now we're correcting the mistakes. Thank you.
So yeah, so just to reiterate, every time you guys do a certain role, we record it on like like a Excel spreadsheet, and then we make sure we know what track everyone is on. But sometimes we might accidentally deal with a mistake when entering data input entry mistake.
And then over time, that
And over time,
compounds.
so we like to double check at the end of every semester, at the start of every semester. Yep. Then, would you like to do the group photo real quick?
Sure.
All
And
right.
also get like a picture, like of all of us standing in the front, so I can send it to the people who donated us food.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You could do that. You could do both.
yeah, awesome.
Should I wear the hat?
You wanna turn on the.
Oh, yeah.
No, we're doing this.
Big enough too.
How's it going, Claudia? I had a feeling for Florida. I don't know why, but I just felt it.
Pretty confident in her.
Okay, that's good.
Get the hat.
Oh, yeah. On, yeah, we do need the selfie stick, 1 second, I get it right.
Tyler, you have enough in Roger.
2, 3. Okay.
Are you okay?
Alright, I'm good.
She's like,
You're doing your
that's
Seriously.
hard right there.
Yeah, it's good.